Yo, what's going on, YouTube? So I'm pretty sure you guys already know what's going on from the title of the video. I did crash my modded Audi S4, but everything's gonna be good. Make sure you guys stay tuned to the end. I'm gonna explain everything. But if you guys are new here, make sure you guys smash that subscribe button, because I do have a bunch of videos of all my mods, how much it costs. I got a few races. I raced a wide body red eye. I raced a scat pack, a bunch of shit like that. You guys can go check that out. So smash that subscribe button if you guys are new, and drop that like button if you guys do enjoy the video at any time. But let's get into it. So if you guys have me on Instagram, you guys probably seen it as soon as it happened. My Instagram is Dynamic Demon Racing. Make sure you guys follow me. I do giveaways and shit like that. But I pretty much post everything that is going on Instagram before YouTube, obviously, because it's just quicker. You can throw it on a story. So as soon as I crashed, I threw it on a story. So if you guys didn't see that video, here's that video right now of right after I crashed the car. Alright guys, I know it doesn't look that bad, but let me tell you how I got here. So this is kind of like it's a long, confusing story, but I'm gonna try to make it short and as simple as I can. So listen, I'm gonna show you guys another video too that I made after this, after it was all pulled out and shit, but let me tell you the story first. So listen, so I'm about to get on the highway and there's two left turning lanes, right? There's a left turning lane and a right left turning lane. And when you turn onto the highway, obviously there's that ramp you have to get on. But both those left turning lanes, they both get on the ramp. But when you get on the ramp, the left turning lane has to merge onto the right left turning lane. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of confusing, but you guys get it. So I'm third in line in the right left turning lane. There's nobody in the left turning lane, because everybody knows if you get in that left lane, it's going to be hard to actually merge on. You know what I mean? So everybody's waiting. So then this dumb bitch, because she's a dumb bitch, this dumb bitch pulls up in a Ford Explorer, right? She gets in the left turning lane, the left turning lane though, where there's nobody at. She thinks she's cool, she's first, whatever the fuck. She thinks we're dumb, I don't know. So the light turns green. Everybody in the left turning lane already knows what she's gonna try to do. So they send it, everybody sends it. If somebody's right there, I'm telling you, you're gonna send it, because you already know you don't want to get cut off. So everybody sends it, so she sends it. She tries to cut the first person off, and I'm number 3 in line. She tries to cut the first person off. No. Tries to cut the second person off. No. Tries to cut me off. Hell no. Tries to cut the person off behind me. No. So she just sends it. Just full-blown sends it on the side of the road. Cuts me off out of all people, basically, because I honestly have no idea. Like, she was there. I basically got behind her, so she really didn't even cut me off. Because when I got in the slow lane, because when you get on this highway, the highway is 2 lanes, and then it breaks up into 3 eventually in a few miles. But for right now, we're on a 2-lane highway. So she ends up getting in the slow lane. I end up getting behind her, because the fast lane was already occupied with the 2 cars that were in front of me. There was an F-150 and like another car. I can't remember what the other car was. But nobody was letting her on. Boom. She speeds up. She gets in the slow lane. So now that she's in the slow lane and I'm behind her, she's trying to cut the F-150 off in the fast lane. So they're having like some weird-ass beef going back and forth, back and forth. So finally, it breaks up into the 3-lane road. But we're in the middle. Me and her are in the middle. The F-150 and the other car are in the fast lane, and there's a semi-truck in the slow lane. So she can't go in the slow lane to go around and, you know, get in front of the F-150 or whatever. I can't do that shit either, because there's a semi-truck in the slow lane. So all of a sudden, her and the F-150, I don't know if they had words or what, but he takes off, he's gone. And all of a sudden, she looks at me, and she just starts slowing down. She's literally going 30 miles an hour on the highway. Like, dead-ass 30 miles an hour. I don't know if she was mad because nobody let her on or what. Still don't know. I really don't give a fuck, because she's an asshole. So she's going like 30 looking at me. The F-150 takes off because obviously she slowed down, so he's way ahead now, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go in the fast lane, get around her, because my exit's coming up in like 4 or 5 exits, some shit like that. So I can't be in the fast lane too long regardless. This is just like a passing motion right now, you know what I mean? Plus, the bitch is going 30, so she's being a dick. So I get in the fast lane, right? She looks at me. She knows exactly what I'm about to do, but I don't know. I still don't know if she was mad about the F-150 or not getting on into traffic. But she went from going 30 to looking at me to going 65 riding next to me, just staring at me. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I speed up, going about 70. But mind you, I still have my beautiful and sexy Continental Extreme Contact Sports that I was racing on all summer with. So right now they're basically slicks because they're just bald because I was running it, sending it the whole entire summer, right? Having just fun in the summer. So I got those on. So they're basically slicks. And it's pretty nasty outside, but it's not that bad. The roads are actually like kind of bone dry, you know what I mean? Like they're kind of clear somewhat. So whatever. I'm going like 70. I'm trying to pass her. Going like 75. I finally pass her. But before I actually got into the middle lane to where I was trying to get in front of her, while I was still in the fast lane and exiting the fast lane, there was a small piece of slush. And when I say that little piece of slush, my tires act like it got hit with a fucking rocket from that little small piece of slush. So we're literally just sliding out, lost control. It's just me and my passenger. Sliding out, lost control. We're making S shapes in the middle of the highway, dead ass, probably going like 80, 85 miles an hour. Spinning out on the middle of the highway. It literally felt like a giant grabbed the front of the car and was just whipping it back and forth. Dead ass, that's what it felt like. And there was to one point where we were sideways sliding on the highway. Like I don't know how to describe this. So I'm gonna try to describe this to you guys. We're literally, you know how cars drive forward on the highway, right? Imagine a car sideways on the highway but fucking driving forward. That's exactly what was happening to us. We literally, I looked to my passenger window, right? Traffic is literally coming at us. That big ass semi truck was coming with a few other semi trucks behind him. That dumb bitch that all this is the reason for, she's coming at me. There's people behind her, a bunch of shit. We're just sliding out. So it's either go left and crash into the median, or go right and try to like go to the side of the road where all the snow's at and just take the less impact, you know what I mean? Because I can't control this shit. And if I just even try to, if I continue to spin to where I spin out and have no more, what do you call it? I'm not moving no more, like no more motion, I'm eventually gonna stop in the middle of the highway, and that's not what you want to do, you know what I mean? So I kind of got control, went right with it. The car is just flying to the right now. So it's still spinning out though. Like I'm telling you, like this bitch is still spinning in like a curly Q shape to the right now, because it was doing that the whole entire time, but now it's spinning to the right in that shape. So while we're spinning, I see a pole coming up and I see an exit sign coming up, and we're going dead center to that pole, kind of like that. We're gonna smack the pole, either the side of the car, the front of the car, or something. The car's gonna be totaled if we hit this pole. So I'm like, damn, still spinning the tires opposite way, doing a bunch of maneuvers and shit. I'm trying everything I can, right? So we eventually spin out, slide on some snow, and hit the exit sign instead of the giant light pole. Because if we'd hit the light pole, the car would have been totaled, like I said, man. So we hit the exit sign, bam, smack. The exit sign basically comes out the ground and is being held up by the car. Like, no over exaggeration. You guys know how on the side of the S4 we got that like side skirt or side blade, I think they call it. The sign was literally like lodged into that, like literally cut into that, into the passenger door, all that shit, right? And then the other leg of the sign is being held up by the front of the car, basically by the bumper and the headlight. Like the shit came out of the ground. It was wild. So like, I don't even know. So then the crash is over, right? Boom, crash. So then the semi truck that was in the slow lane, he pulls over, he runs out. He's like, holy shit, dude, that was crazy as fuck. Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, man, I'm just real salty about my car, man. I don't know if it's totaled or not, blah, blah, blah. He's like, the reason why you crashed was your tires. Look how bald they are. Those are slicks, right? I'm like, they're basically slicks at this point. They're summer racing tires. I don't know, man. I said I should have changed my tires. He was like, look, bro, as long as you're okay, that's all that matters, blah, blah, blah. But you need to get the fuck out of here before the police come. I'm like, what? He's like, the police gonna pull up and they're gonna give you a ticket for failure to control or some shit like that. So I'm like, oh, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Jump back in the car. He leaves. I'm trying to put this bitch in reverse. We're not getting out of there. The tires are basically slick. We just slid fucking a whole mile sideways, going left to right, sideways, curly Q's, all this shit. They're probably even more bald. And we're pretty much like dug into the snow, and the sign is being held up by the car. I know we're not gonna leave, but I'm trying to leave. I ain't gonna lie, I'm trying to leave. I put this shit in reverse. I'm sending it. All you hear, you guys know when you're stuck in the snow. If you guys don't know what you're stuck in the snow, it sounds like, it literally sounds like, it sounds like you're just revving it just sounds like you're revving the car and the wheels ain't going nowhere and it's just fucking useless. You're just digging yourself in a bigger hole is what it is. So 2 seconds later, after I'm trying to get out and the semi-truck leaves, like dead ass 2 seconds later, on the opposite side of traffic, this cop is driving the opposite way but sees us, turns around on that little split where you could go in the middle and shit where usually cops sit, turn around in there, pulls up behind me. I'm like, damn. So boom, the cop pulls up. He's like, are you guys okay? I'm like, yeah. He's like, got your license? I'm like, yeah. He's like, so what happened? How'd you end up getting here? I'm like, I was in the fast lane. I hit a piece of ice or slush. I lost control. Now I'm here. He's like, all right, good enough for me. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever, shit. So that whole time I'm waiting on my ticket, but I never got a ticket, mind you. So the cop leaves with my license. I'm trying to call AAA. It's taking forever to get through to them because I guess everybody is crashing right now for some fucking reason. So listen, I tried to call AAA like, no lie, probably like 12 times. Like it just kept going straight to voicemail, or the number you have completed is not whatever, like some weird shit like that. So I'm like, damn. So I finally get them on the line, right? I'm like, hey, I crashed. I'm here, this and that. The lady's like, all right, cool. We'll have a tow truck en route. It'll be there in like, I don't know what she said. It'll be there in like 30 minutes. So I'm like, cool, that's no problem. So the cop comes back. He's like, we got a tow truck en route. While I'm on the phone with the lady, he's like, we got a tow truck en route. I'm like, I got AAA, it's cool. I'm on the phone with him. He's like, no, hang up. We already got one en route. Everything's covered. It's covered. Everything's fine. I'm like, all right, cool. Tell the lady on AAA, yo, he said it's covered. Everything's fine. Cool. Boom. Hang up. So then he's like, leave your key on the seat. You're going to have to come to the car with me. I'm like, fuck. So I leave the key on the seat, come to the car with him, me and my passenger. And he's like, yo, I didn't even know that the tow truck driver was like an hour out. He said he's going to be an hour away or some shit. I'm like, you just had me hang up with AAA. And they said they were like 20 minutes out or something like that. He's like, it's cool. I'm going to call him back. I'm going to tell him to rush it because we're going to leave your keys in the car and your car on the side of the road. That way they can just hurry up and do what they got to do. And I'm like, all right, cool. That sounds great. So I get a ride. We leave. Boom. I don't know what's going on. My car, before we leave though, hold on. Before we leave, he's like, your car is going to be towed to Sugar Ridge Towing in Elyria, Ohio. And when I tell you this is the ghettoest place in the world, this place is a piece of shit, just like this rental that I'm in. But this place, right? So they get it towed to Sugar Ridge. I crashed about 9 a.m. I get home probably 9:30. I wait till like 1:30 to call Sugar Ridge, right? Because I know it's going to take them some time, and I want to make sure they got the paperwork done, the police report, whatever the hell, everything done. That way I can get my shit back when it's ready. So I waited till 1:30. That's hella hours. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. That's 4.5 hours, you know what I mean? That's hella enough time to get paperwork, get the car there, whatever, boom. So I called Sugar Ridge at 1:30. I'm like, yo, I got a black Audi S4 that was involved in an accident earlier. I'm ready to pick it up. How do I go about picking it up? She's like, what kind of vehicle is this, sir? I'm like, it's a black Audi S4 with black wheels on it. She's like, okay, hold on, give me a second. She goes away from the phone for like 2 minutes. She's like, sir, that car is not here. I'm like, what you mean it's not here? I just got it towed from Avon Police. They said it was going to be at Sugar Ridge Towing in Elyria. She was like, are you sure they said Sugar Ridge? And I gave her the full address that they gave me, everything, the number, everything. She's like, all right, give me a second. She goes back for like 2 more minutes, 5 more minutes, whatever the fuck. She's like, yeah, sir, I'm just not seeing it. So I'm sitting here in my head, what you mean you're not seeing it? I left the car on the side of the road with the key in it because that's what the cop told me to do. She's like, yeah, it's not here. Hold on, give me a second. You said it was Avon Police, right? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, let me call my driver, see what's going on, see if he picked up any black Audi S4s from the side of the road. 5 minutes goes by again. I'm sitting here like, what is going on right now? I had a free tow from AAA, and I could have just had the shit towed to the house instead of going through a tow yard with the police. The police scammed me. So then she comes back. She's like, yeah, I just talked to the driver. He said he's pulling in with it now. And I'm sitting here. So my car was on the side of the road for 4.5 hours with the key in it, completely modified S4, probably the badass S4 around, like the most. This shit is clean, right? You guys already know because you guys watched the videos or have seen my car or whatever. If you guys haven't, go watch them fucking videos. But the cleanest car is just sitting on the side of the road for 4.5 hours with the key sitting on the seat. So I'm like, damn, all right, whatever. How do I go about getting my car back? She's like, you're gonna have to bring $155 to get it out, because that's the tow fee and the lot fee or some shit like that. So now I'm sitting here, damn, I had a free tow, and now it's at this jank ass tow yard. It was sitting on the side of the road for who knows how long, and now I gotta pay to get my shit back after an accident. I'm like, all right, whatever, bet. I'll be there in like 20 minutes. She's like, okay, sir, great. We'll see you then. I'm like, awesome. So I pull up to the tow yard, right? This is where things get weird. I pull up to the tow yard. The first thing I see is a flatbed with my car on it. But I don't see the passenger side of the car yet. It's the driver's side. So I pull up, and before we go inside, I tell my girl, I'm like, yo, I'm about to go see the car real quick, because I want to see it outside of the accident, you know what I mean? So why, the first thing I see when I go to the passenger side, because that's what the damage was, why the fuck is my mirror completely broke? I'm talking about the carbon fiber housing, the motor, the glass, the wires, the whole 9 yards. My mirror was not damaged in the accident. This fat, lazy, bitch-ass tow truck driver did not fold my passenger mirror in when he pulled the car out, so the passenger mirror just ripped right off. This is the video, guys. This is the video I recorded as soon as I got to the tow yard. The tow company fucked my shit up. Yeah. All right, guys. So, like I said, all he had to do was fold my mirror in and pull the car out, and it would be less damages than what it was. Because honestly, it's not even that bad. It's literally what? Door, that little side blade, hood, grill, bumper, and crash bar. The heat exchanger I had was not messed up. The crash bar was maybe a centimeter away from hitting it. So the heat exchanger didn't take no damage. There's no check engine light, nothing like that. So everything was fine. But this dude just caused unnecessary ass damage, right? So now it's time to go inside, right? I got to pay for it. So I go inside, and the first thing I say is, can I speak to somebody about damages on my car? And this lady at Sugar Ridge Towing, this asshole, she said, what damages are you talking about? We towed in a wrecked vehicle. And I was like, I just got into a minor accident. My mirror is just hanging off my car now. It's a carbon fiber mirror. It's pretty expensive mirror because it's carbon fiber and the actual mirror housing from Audi, so that's already expensive, you know what I mean? So she's like, the boss ain't gonna be here for a week. You gonna have to call in a week when he comes back from vacation. There ain't shit we can do now. So I'm like, man, whatever, boom. All right, I'll call. So real quick, guys, how much do you guys think, drop a comment down below, do you guys think that they are responsible for breaking my mirror even though I was in an accident? All he had to do was fold it. You guys think they're responsible for paying me back or anything like that? Because I honestly do think they are. This is Sugar Ridge Towing in Elyria, Ohio. Stay away from them, their shit. But let me finish. So I'm like, all right, boom. She's like, your total is $324. I'm like, what? Over the phone 20 minutes ago, you just said it was $150. She's like, no, it's $324. So I'm just sitting here like, all right, wow. I just got completely fucked over. You know what I mean? So I give her the card. She's like, we're a cash-only business. So I pulled out some cash, gave her the money, got my car back. It took the tow truck driver like 30 minutes to take the car off the flatbed, and I feel like he was just being a dick because we were standing out there, and it started snowing really bad. It was like a fucking blizzard. And we're standing there waiting for the car, and he's literally taking his sweet-ass time. When I tell you this dude angled his car like 100 times in the parking lot, and this parking lot's pretty empty. He just kept moving his tow truck around before he dropped the car. Back, forth, doing weird shit. Finally got the car down. I ripped the skid plate from the bottom off, because I don't know if you guys seen in the video of when it was on the flatbed, the skid plate was like, it looked like a fucking overbite just carrying snow. So I just ripped that off because I couldn't drive with that, you know what I mean? So I ripped that off, and then I drove it to this body shop down the road, which is a pretty good body shop. I'd never been there, but it's actually a pretty good body shop. I drove it down the road, and it was just so hard. I don't know if it's because I needed a wheel alignment and I basically had slicks on, or there was something wrong with my steering. Like, the steering was like the fucking steering wheel was basically looking at my passenger. Like, I was turning it, and it was basically looking at my passenger, but like it was very loose steering. It was very weird. I don't know, but to make a long story short, it wasn't that much damages. Geico quoted me 11,000 in damages. They said my car was worth like 25K or some shit like that. So it's not gonna be totaled out. The car is not really bad at all. It's not hurt. It's gonna be back better than ever. Still modified. Still gonna make a lot of videos. And it's funny because the day I crashed, I was supposed to make a video for you guys. I was gonna say daily driving a 600 horsepower modded car daily or some shit like that. I was actually gonna make a few videos that day, but it kind of sucks now. But long story short, again, the car will be back better than ever. Gonna make a crazy comeback. I do plan on spending fucking $10,000 to $15,000 more on modifications, like I said in my mod cost video. So if you guys didn't see that, make sure you guys go check that out. Yeah, that's pretty much. I don't know what else to say. You know what I mean? But the car's gonna be fixed. We back better than ever. Right now, I got this rental car. It's a Dodge Challenger, and it's probably the worst car I've ever drove. I might do a review on that if you guys want me to do that. Let me know. But yeah, shit. Wild time, man. I never thought that I would see the Dynamic Demon S4 just completely smashed in the face like that. You know what I mean? It's probably shocking to you guys. And for the people who don't have me on Instagram, you guys are probably like, what the fuck happened? But yeah, that's what happened, man. That's my story. Shit, she'll be back up soon. But make sure you guys drop a like on this video. Subscribe if you guys are new. Check out my other videos. Follow me on Instagram at Dynamic Demon Racing, because I do subscriber build battles, giveaways, and a bunch of shit like that. I do post a lot of cool pictures. But yeah, I'm out. Peace.